Have you ever found yourself in this situation? You've spent years learning English. You've got the grammar down, maybe memorized tons of vocabulary. You might have even aced a test.
Hmm.
But then, you're in a real conversation. Someone asks, "So what do you think?" And your mind just, it goes blank, freezes up.
Oh, absolutely. That feeling is incredibly common. It's that moment, isn't it, where all the English you know seems to just, well, evaporate right when you need it most.
Right. And it highlights this core issue. School English just isn't always the same as real world English.
Exactly. That gap, between knowing about the language and actually using it fluently, spontaneously,
Yeah.
that's what really holds so many dedicated learners back.
And that's really our mission for this deep dive. We want to pull back the curtain on what's genuinely stopping you from speaking English confidently.
Yeah, let's get into it.
We're going to pinpoint the most common speaking mistakes people make, and crucially, unpack some, well, genius training methods sounds a bit much, but some really effective methods to fix them fast.
And not just fix them, but kind of rewire how you approach speaking.
Exactly. And we'll also touch on that often overlooked emotional side, the fear. We're drawing on some great expert advice for tackling those speaking mistakes head on.
Sounds good.
Okay, so let's unpack this then. It's clearly not just about knowing enough words or memorizing grammar rules. What are the deeper reasons people freeze up, even with a lot of English knowledge?
Yeah, you've hit on something important there. It often boils down to, I'd say, 5 key factors that many learners don't even consciously realize are tripping them up.
Okay, 5 factors. What's the first one?
The first, and maybe the biggest one, is the fear of making mistakes. There's this powerful belief like, if I mess up, people will laugh or they'll judge me.
Right, that little voice in your head.
Exactly. But here's the thing, the crucial mindset shift. Native speakers, they make mistakes all the time. It's normal.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing mistakes as a natural part of getting fluent, part of progress, not some sign of failure that's really transformative. Mistakes show you're actually using the language.
You're trying. You're taking risks.
Yes. Taking risks, learning what doesn't quite work, training your brain for real, messy English. So the new mantra, if you like, needs to be something like, mistakes are just part of my practice.
That's a huge mental block to overcome, though. It's easy to say it, but how do you actually start feeling less paralyzed by that fear? What's a practical first step?
That's a really good question. Often it's about starting small, just embracing a little discomfort, which actually leads nicely into the second factor, thinking in your first language.
Ah, the constant translation machine.
Precisely. That internal back and forth in your head, it slows you down enormously. Real fluency means thinking in English, not just about it. That's a big cognitive jump.
Yeah, it really is.
Third, and this is super common, is simply a lack of actual speaking practice,
Mm.
reading and writing. They're different skills.
Mm.
Speaking is physical. It involves your mouth, your breath. It's emotional too. It needs muscle memory, confidence.
I remember learning another language. It felt like my brain was running 2 different programs at once, constantly switching and crashing. It's exhausting. So you could be a great writer in English, but still kind of stumble when speaking.
Absolutely. The skills don't always transfer directly without specific practice. Fourth, related to the fear, is feeling too much grammar pressure.
Wanting every sentence to be perfect.
Yeah, this intense desire for textbook perfect sentences, but real spoken English. It's often fast, it's messy, emotional,
Mm.
it's alive, not rigid like a grammar exercise.
Right, much more fluid.
And finally, the fifth factor is often a lack of feedback. If you keep making the same mistakes without realizing it because nobody corrects you, well, it's really hard to improve, isn't it? You just reinforce the error.
Gotcha. Okay, that framework really helps understand the mindset challenges. So knowing that, let's get into the nitty-gritty. The actual common speaking mistakes people make. What are they and how can we fix them fast?
Right. We could definitely break these down into practical categories, things you can work on right away. First up, a real classic, using the wrong verb tense.
Oh yeah, like, yesterday I go to the market.
Exactly that. The simple fix is, of course, yesterday I went to the market. Now the genius tip, the fast fix. Practice time expressions with their tenses out loud. Just 5 minutes a day.
Okay, how would that look?
So you'd say things like, every day I go. And then
Yeah.
yesterday I went. Right now I am going. Tomorrow I will go. The key is speaking them, making it automatic, not just thinking it.
That makes sense. You're training your mouth and your ear, not just your brain. What's next?
Next, we often hear people missing the S for the third person singular in the present tense.
Like, she work in a bank.
Precisely. When it should be, she works in a bank. The rule itself is simple, right? For he, sheet in the present, add that S.
Seems simple, but it trips people up.
It really does.
Mm.
To make it automatic, again, say sentences out loud. He eats breakfast at 8. She studies medicine. It rains a lot here. Maybe record yourself and listen back. Focusing just on hearing that is.
It's funny how that tiny sound can be such a hurdle.
It is. Okay, number 3. Using the wrong prepositions. This is a big one. For instance, someone might say, I'm good in English.
When it should be.
I'm good at English. There are loads of these fixed pairs. Good at, interested in, afraid of, look for, listen to.
Right.
For practice, flashcards or an app like Quizlet can work. But the crucial part is saying the full phrase out loud every day. Good at, interested in. That repetition builds the right connections.
Prepositions. They can feel like a maze sometimes, can't they?
They really can. But consistent active practice makes a huge difference. Okay, next up, translating idioms literally.
Oh, I bet this leads to some funny misunderstandings.
It definitely can. Like saying, I open the TV instead of I turn on the TV.
Right.
The fix here is about learning natural chunks of language, not just word by word. Focus on practicing whole phrases like make a decision, not do a decision, or take a shower, catch a cold.
So thinking in phrases.
Exactly. And a great technique for this is language shadowing, listening to native speakers and copying their phrasing and rhythm.
That's a really key insight, learning those chunks like native speakers do without even thinking.
Precisely. Okay, 5th, we often hear wrong word order in questions. The mistake might be, you are happy.
Instead of.
Are you happy? The quick tip is to practice common question patterns out loud. Do you like, have you ever, maybe say 10 different questions each morning just to get that structure flowing?
Keep it fresh.
Yep. And finally, number 6, overusing fillers or pausing too much. You know, the think.
Huh. We all use fillers sometimes though, right? Even native speakers.
Oh, for sure. Fillers like are totally normal. But too many can sometimes signal, maybe subconsciously, a lack of confidence.
Okay, so what's the fix if you feel you're doing that too much?
It might sound counterintuitive, but try to slow down deliberately. Learn to pause with power. Just practice speaking slowly and clearly for maybe 2 minutes. Looking in a mirror can help. Maybe even add a slight smile. It builds confidence.
Slowing down to speed up fluency in a way. Interesting. Okay, so we've covered the why and the what. What does this all mean for you, the listener? How do you figure out your specific weak spots and then really speed up your learning?
Great question. Because awareness, knowing your patterns, that's always the first step to making real progress.
So how do you get that awareness?
Okay, 3 practical ways. First, record yourself. Seriously, just use your phone. Talk for 1 or 2 minutes every day. Doesn't matter the topic. What did you do today? Your opinion on X. Describe a movie.
And then the hard part, listen back.
Yep. Listen back, but don't get overwhelmed. Just find one thing you did well, celebrate that, and one mistake to focus on improving. Then maybe the next day, talk about the same topic, but try to fix that one thing. Focused improvement.
I like that. Self-observation, but focused. Not trying to fix everything at once.
Exactly. It's much more effective. Second, use language exchange apps. Things like HelloTalk, Tandem, Speaky. They can provide invaluable real-time feedback.
But you have to ask for it, right?
Yes, that's the key. Be explicit. Ask your language partner, hey, could you please tell me if I make a speaking mistake? That direct, actionable feedback is gold.
Okay. And the third way?
Third, you can talk to AI like ChatGPT or get a tutor. Use these tools specifically for conversation practice. Ask direct questions. Can you correct my grammar here? Or what mistakes did I make telling that story?
Makes sense. Using the tools available. So once you've identified some of your patterns, how do you really accelerate? What are these genius training methods you mentioned?
Okay, maybe genius is a strong word. But these are methods designed to really rewire your brain for faster, more natural speaking. Method 1, the shadowing technique.
We touched on this. It's more than just repeating, right?
Oh yeah, it's about kind of hacking your brain's rhythm receptors. Listen to native speakers, YouTube, podcasts, whatever, and speak at the same time as them, out loud. Try to match their rhythm, their intonation, their pauses.
Like singing along to a song.
Exactly like that. Do it for just 5 or 10 minutes daily. By mimicking so closely, you're building this subconscious muscle memory for how English flows. It's powerful.
True immersion, even from your living room. Okay, what else?
Second, the correct and repeat method. This actively repatterns your brain. So you say a sentence, you notice a mistake, you fix it, and then this is crucial. You repeat the correct version out loud 5 times.
5 times.
5 times. So if you say, she have 2 brothers, you correct 2, she has 2 brothers. Then you say, she has 2 brothers, she has 2 brothers, she has 2 brothers. It feels a bit silly, but that repetition really hammers home the correct form.
Rewiring those pathways. Got it.
Third, and this one's vital, talk every day, even if it's just to yourself. If you don't have a practice partner handy, talk out loud anyway. In the shower,
Right.
walking, cooking.
Narrate your life.
Yeah. Simple stuff. Okay, I'm brushing my teeth now. I'm making some breakfast.
Mhm.
Today, I think I'm feeling pretty excited. Just the act of speaking, forming sentences, trains fluency. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity or partner.
Just keep the engine running. I like that.
Exactly. Fourth, try the slow, fast speaking drill. Say a sentence really slowly, focusing on clarity. Then say it a bit faster. Then try it at a natural conversational speed. This builds both confidence and agility.
Okay, slow, medium, fast.
Yep. And finally, number 5, create a mistake journal. Simple concept. Every day, write down just one speaking mistake you noticed, write the correction, and then write one new sentence using that correct form. Do it for 30 days. You'll be amazed how much your accuracy improves.
Wow, those are all really actionable. But it keeps coming back to this idea that fixing mistakes isn't purely technical. It's so tied up with emotion, with fear. How do we really tackle that anxiety?
You're absolutely right. The emotional side is critical for any real breakthrough. So some thoughts on that. First, try to cultivate the mindset to talk like no one's judging you.
Easier said than done sometimes.
True. But the reality often is, most people aren't judging. They often admire the effort. They might even be terrified of speaking your native language. Frame it that way.
That's a helpful perspective shift.
Second, celebrate progress, not perfection. Fluency isn't about 0 mistakes. It's about effective communication. If someone understands what you meant, that's a success. That's a win. Own it.
Right. The goal is connection, not flawless grammar recitation.
Precisely. And that leads to the third point. Speak from the heart, not just the head. Don't just search for the right memorized answer. Dare to express your actual thoughts, your feelings. People connect way more with authentic feeling, even if the grammar isn't perfect, than with perfectly structured but kind of robotic sentences. Be real. Fourth, actively change the story you tell yourself. Stop that internal monologue of, oh, my English is so bad. Start affirming, my English is improving. I'm getting better every day. What you tell yourself really shapes your confidence in your voice.
That internal narrative is powerful.
Hugely powerful. And finally, related to that, visualize success. Close your eyes for a minute. Vividly imagine yourself having a smooth conversation, maybe giving a little presentation in English, making someone smile or understand you. Train your brain to believe you can do it, and your actions will start to follow that belief.
These are fantastic strategies covering both the technical and the emotional. And the benefits seem clear, right? If you apply this stuff, you'll speak more clearly, feel more confident.
Yeah, you'll stop second-guessing yourself so much. You might actually start thinking in English more naturally.
Build better connections with people, feel proud of your progress. It almost sounds like learning English could become enjoyable.
Exactly. It transforms from the stressful chore into something genuinely rewarding, maybe even joyful. And when you enjoy it, progress happens so much faster. It's a positive cycle.
Which brings us to a really powerful truth, I think.
Which is?
Your mistakes, they do not define your English level.
Absolutely not. Your voice does, your practice does,
Yeah.
your courage to just try, that does. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need a native accent. You just need to find the courage to speak every single day.
So you're not bad at English. You might just be one small, courageous step away from really finding and embracing your fluent voice.
That's it, exactly.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you. What small, courageous step will you take today to start unleashing your voice in English?